Hello Capricorn, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Capricorn is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, it doesn't cost you anything at all. If there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Capricorn, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here we've got an 8 of Wands. This is a lot of, I think, creative problem solving, right? This is a lot of energy. This is hopefully not too much anxiety, okay? We're going to put this into some context. I feel like there is kind of a lot on your plate right now, and there's like, maybe there's a lot of different directions that you could go, and we've kind of have to narrow our energy down and choose one particular response, right? Let's put it into some context here. Yeah, so now we've got that one kind of single act. And this is kind of, well, like I said, it's creative problem solving, right? Then we got a 5 of Cups. We've got a 5 of Wands. 9 of Wands. And some air energy. Here's a Prince of Swords. A 3 of Wands. A 4 of Wands. Oh, a 9 of Pentacles. Very nice. See, we've got a lot of fire energy. Now we're getting some of this really good earth energy too. And more fire at the end. This is quite interesting to me because look at this. We've got fire, 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 fire. And then we've got earth, earth. And then the only thing that's not fire and earth is a little bit of water and air, right? So this is like we're in this process of manifesting. We're in this process of creation, right? And if you're a follower of this channel, you know I always talk about this. Just had a reading for Scorpio that was like this, where it was just fire and earth. It's a direct line of creation. It's idea to implementation. It's inspiration to implementation. It is the will and it is manifestation. It is the impulse and the behavior. It is heaven to earth. It is above to below. It's a direct pathway for the spiritual, creative, kind of electrical current. Well, the only thing that might interfere with that or impede that circuit is our human personality, right? Our thinking and our feeling functions, our water and our air, right? So I think that really what we're doing here is we've got this creativity. You've got this impulse, this will, this inspiration, this confidence, this ambition, this impulse in a certain direction to manifest. But there are, I think, some unexpected circumstances, unexpected changes. There are some mixed emotions coming through, and there's a little bit of, not confusion, but a little bit of being on the fence about something. All right. Now we're gonna take a look. I also notice there's no major arcana here. Well, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. Maybe this will be at least a major arcana of some kind. We're just going to set it down right here. We'll put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end. All right. But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If at any point during the reading you feel like you know what that card is, I want you to put your prediction down in the comments. All right, let's do it together. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition. Okay. All right, let's take a look around the room again. Now we know we've got all of this fire energy. Lots of fire, a little bit of water, a little bit of air, and then we've got our earth energies. Okay. So it kind of seems like we have all of this creative energy, all of this fire, right? And we're looking for the next move. We're trying to figure out kind of what's next. What do we do next? There's some kind of confusion about the future. There's almost like you're used to being able to kind of see everything that's kind of coming down the line. You know, we kind of know what to expect usually, but it seems like we're looking into a fog right now. The Prince of Swords, double air. And it just seems like it's kind of a thick and heavy fog in front of us. We can't quite see what the next move is. Yeah. Well, anyway, let's start with the Eight of Wands. This is a lot of creativity. This is sometimes anxiety. Sometimes this is a lot of this pent-up energy that needs an outlet, that needs to be expressed in some way. And it seems to me logical, right? If we don't know, if we can't quite see the next move, we can't quite see what's coming down the line, we're in this kind of fog, then we start to just we start tap dancing in place, you know? We don't know what to do next. We kind of think, well, maybe this direction would be right now, maybe that direction. So we're taking maybe a step forward and then a step back to center. Okay. This card calls for creative problem solving. We have to use our imagination here. You know, we have to be okay with not knowing all the details. We have to be okay with having mixed emotions, having doubts, worries, fears, and concerns coming in. You know, and we still have to make our next move. There's the Ace of Pentacles. We are basically picking a direction. It's almost like just pick a point on the compass and go in that direction, right? Any move right now is going to be beneficial to you. The only thing that's going to, I think, hurt is to not move. Okay, so I feel like you're someone who you're used to having the clarity. You like to know kind of what's coming next. You want to have a sense of direction. But that's not always the case. And so I think it's the challenge really right now is to step into the unknown, right? To take a step forward into that cloud. I almost wonder if we're going to have the Fool as the mystery card, right? Kind of taking that step of faith, right? That leap of faith, perhaps. But I feel like you're a very creative person. And I feel like even if you don't intentionally seek out these kinds of situations, I think you're very adaptable. I think you have an intense imagination. You're very creative. And you can improvise on the fly. You're very good under pressure, right? I mean, Capricorn, right? You're that cardinal earth energy. You are the power. You are the magma, right, inside the volcano that can change the landscape, that can change the entire face of the world, you know. You can move mountains. You're very creative, and I think you are adaptable. And that doesn't take away from the fact that we like to know where we're going, right? We like to know what the next move is. You're someone with a strong sense of purpose. We've got this Nine of Wands up here at the top. You're very connected with your own spiritual energy, very connected with your psychic gifts. I think that you probably have what some would call extrasensory perception. I think you're very much in tune with, with the geomantic energies and spirits. Not in the form, I say geomancy more in the energy relating to formations of the earth. You know, the power coming from certain natural formations, mountains, lakes, rivers, rock formations and that sort of thing. I feel like you're very much in touch with the earth. Yeah, in that kind of subtle, psychic, ethereal way. And I feel like this is what usually gives you this kind of certainty. It's almost like you can feel the magnetic kind of pull of different places of the earth. We're talking about the Eight of Wands kind of as a compass, right? I wonder if you're someone that kind of feels that almost like you can perceive, magnetic fields, right? And I think there was some kind of study done at some point that some people can, maybe not to the degree that we're kind of thinking here, but that there is some sort of a perception of a change in a magnetic field. And maybe you're one of those people that kind of can feel that, especially when you're out in nature. I keep seeing like it kind of looks like an Arizona landscape or something. Maybe it's a Martian landscape, I don't know. But I see a lot of rocks, a lot of, red kind of rocks and stratified. But I think you have a strong sense of that pull, And I think that's always given you a sense of direction. And it's been not something that we've intellectualized. See, there's not a lot of swords here. You're not someone who lets their mind interfere with this natural flow of fire to earth creation that we talked about. You feel it. You have that psychic kind of extrasensory perception. You feel the pull, and that's the direction you go. But now it's almost like you're in a spot where your compass needle is just spinning around, where there is really no sense of true north. So it's hard to get our bearings right now. And I think that's kind of making us a little uneasy. Yeah. And that's now we start to have that mental kind of cloudiness where it's like, wow, I don't really know. And maybe this is rather new for you, not knowing what the next move is. We were so used to having the certainty, right? But, with the Five of Pentacles back here, you know the value of hard work, right? I think that you've had to really struggle and fight to get where you are. I feel that this was a lot of resistance. When you feel that magnetic pull, right, you go with it. You trust it. People around you, people in your life, people at your work or family member, whatever, don't always trust it because they don't understand it, right? So I feel like you've had to be adamant in your decisions because other people don't feel what you feel. They don't feel that kind of pull or that draw, So I feel like it's been a struggle for you to do things your way. And not really to convince other people that your way is the right way, but to not let the friction from others slow you down. Yeah, and I think that's maybe why the Capricorn is that goat energy. It's kind of that solitary ambition, Maybe the mystery card will be the devil, your power card. Yeah, showing that you adapt to the circumstances, but you don't crumble under pressure. You don't adapt to the pressure coming from other people in your life, right? You adapt to the circumstances, but you have this strong sense of self. You have this inner strength and this resolve that you're on the right path. Yeah. And I think that it's come to a bit of a halt right now because there is this spinning compass needle, and we don't have that sense, we don't have that feeling of what exactly to do next. Okay? So not only is there that kind of mental confusion now, it's just kind of like, hey, what do I do? But underneath everything, there's this Five of Cups, and this is some mixed emotions, right? And these two really go hand in hand. And I think when we start having one, we start having the other. We start having doubts when we start feeling a certain way. If we start feeling a certain way, then we start having some doubts and some mental confusion. These two, the heart and the mind, it's only in the West that we separate these two. In the East, in Chinese philosophy, this is one function, right? The heart-mind. And so I think that we have to take them both together. They do operate in tandem, okay? And I think this is a lot of, like I said, mixed emotions. I think it could be some doubt. It could be this feeling that, it could be like a sudden feeling of loneliness. When we're kind of out here and we're just full steam ahead, suddenly things come to a halt and we're just like, we really realize we have this acute awareness of where we are, right? We're suddenly very conscious of ourselves. And the fact that we're kind of out here in the unknown, doing this thing, and it's just us. So it's almost like there's this need right now of these of some kind of camaraderie, some kind of sense of community, right? So I wonder if that's connecting us here with this Four of Wands in the environment. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the path of the serpent, and as we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. And leave some comments for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Okay, I really appreciate all of you. So we've got the Three of Wands now, and more of this fiery energy, more of this kind of certainty. This is your moral compass. This is your set of principles, right? And this is what we are usually, I think, being led by. And right now, of course, we've got our Eight of Wands here. But the Three of Wands is the Trinity that's also unity. This is you being of one will, right? One spirit, one path, one purpose. This is the root impulse, right, of where you're going in life and why you're going and all this sort of stuff. It's split up into three because it is saying that we have to be aware of our thinking and feeling functions, right? For you to know that an impulse is proper, for you to have this feeling of virtue, of the correctness of your actions, you have to check in with your thinking and your feeling, your beliefs and your values. Yeah. So the fact that now we're starting to kind of analyze our motives, this is kind of our motivation. This is our will. This is the impulse. This is the fire that's trying to get to earth. Okay? But now we're splitting it up into three, which means that we have to take this impulse, and now I think you're starting to question your values and your beliefs. Right? Is this the right path? Are you doing the right? Are you supposed to be out here right now in the middle of the desert doing this work, or wherever you are? So the fact that we've kind of stopped and we're analyzing our motivations, it's leading to a little bit of confusion. We're starting to question what we believe in. And we're starting to question how we feel. What do we value? Do you still want the same things? Do you still believe in the same things? Do you still believe in what you're doing? Right? So what we see in the environment is this Four of Wands. And this is a temporary resting place. This is kind of saying, let's find an encampment and let's rest and let's reassess, let's regroup, right? Taking that three and making it into a four. So what we're looking for is an ace, right? We're looking to, if we add the earth component into this Three of Wands, well, we get a four, but we also get the idea of earth and fire. Of fire manifesting to earth, which is the same as this card. Four of Wands, it's fire manifesting in the realm of the four elements. Right? So this is, I think, a temporary pause. This is, taking a couple of days rest to reassess, to find that certainty again, to find our ace, to find our next move. Maybe you've been on this lifelong journey, and suddenly now you've come to a little oasis, you've come to a motel, and you're just thinking, I got to regroup. I got to figure out what I'm doing here. Well, I got to figure out what my next move is, right? And we don't want to get stuck here. This isn't your life now. You don't live at the motel. You don't live at the oasis. It's meant to be a temporary place to kind of regroup, to refresh yourself, and then to continue on. This is a temporary manifestation of this fire energy. It's not the end of things. Okay? But I feel like this card's also in the environment, so I feel like we need to kind of network a little bit more. This is kind of, it's like a marketplace almost. I'm trying to think of what the word is for that, but it's just where travelers all kind of will meet at a central hub, on their as a resting point on their journey, And so it's a lot of different opinions. It's a lot of different cultures all kind of mixed in at this one kind of interchange, you know. I'm thinking caravanserai, really. It's a temporary encampment, right, where there's just travelers that are coming and going constantly. And I kind of feel like this is you entertaining other options, other opinions. This is you really looking at other people, looking at other paths, you know. So it could be, if this is a spiritual path, it could be you're starting to question the path you're on. And you are trying to see what some other ways are like, you know. Trying to see if there's something missing in your path, something that can be gained through this interaction with other people, other opinions, other cultures, that sort of thing, right? It's a mingling of energies. And it's not that you're ready to jump ship. It's not that the grass is greener on the other side. But it's the beginning of this idea that maybe you've been too rigid and too limited. Yeah. Maybe. And I don't want to emphasize that, but what I think that this is a temporary, it's a day or two, right? It's a stop at the motel to just regroup before we move on, before we continue, right? And now the 9 of Pentacles is in the position of what we don't want. This is the difficulty. And I wonder if you've been doing a lot of work, but you're wondering, where are the rewards? Yeah. Because this card's all about the tangible results of what we're doing. This is the visible signs of progress. Putting in work, and we're seeing results. We're seeing something that we can measure, right? And this is the difficulty for you. Because maybe the work that you're doing, it's not something that has immediate results like that. So you're putting a lot of faith in something long term, but it's almost like we need to see something, you know. Show me a little bit of some sort of progress, something that I can hold, something that I can measure to inspire me to keep going. Yeah. So in some ways, the Four of Wands here is a suggestion to complete something. Give yourself some sort of physical, visible, tangible result from the work that you're doing. Allow yourself to, to put together one finished piece, one finished product, right? It's almost like make a milestone for yourself that will be something measurable so that you can inspire yourself to keep going. Does that make sense? I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I feel like I kind of feel like it's you have this long, big project, time-consuming project, right? And the end result is something glorious. It's all going to take place at one time. But you have no way to know if you're getting closer, how close you are, if you're on the right path. You have nothing to look at. You have nothing by which to gauge your progress. So the Four of Wands is saying you've got to find a way to gauge your progress. You've got to find something that you can, a sample that you can take, right? So that you can be reassured that, yeah, I'm on the right track. I'm getting closer. We're right where we need to be. You know, it's like you take a little spoonful of the soup and test it. You don't wait till the very end. You've got to taste it along the way to see how it's progressing, right? And that's what I'm feeling with the path of the serpent here. That's what I'm feeling. Fire, fire, earth, and fire. We need a little bit of that sample. We need a little bit of a taste to inspire us to keep going. And here's the Prince of Wands at the end. This is more of this commitment, fiery, fixed fire, right? It's enthusiasm. It's the renewed zeal. It's after a couple nights in the motel. Now you're ready to get back on the road, full force. Yeah, a lot of enthusiasm here. And I think that to put the heart mind at ease, you've got to find a way to take a little taste of the soup. Okay, to confirm that it's progressing the way it should, to re-energize yourself, to get you fired up again, to get you motivated to keep going. Okay. Let's take a look at the mystery card. Curious now. I almost wonder, Tower energy? I'm still thinking it's the Devil card, your power card. Gosh, if you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. I just want to say Devil energy. I think it's your power card. I think it's you renewing your vitality, renewing your energy, renewing your enthusiasm. Yeah. Now let's see what we have. Oh, it's the King of Pentacles. This is fixed earth energy. I feel like this is a caution. Because the fixed earth energy, this to me is we're getting stuck in this 4. Right? We're taking this sample of the soup and maybe maybe we're saying, it's done. We're stopping short. So I feel like if we stop at the motel, this is the Hotel California, right? You're not going to leave. We need to be careful against this. This is someone that has stopped and they don't even know how long they've been here. Time has gone on without them. Nature has overgrown their throne and their body. The vines, the earth, life has gone on without them because they've been stuck here. And I think that this is the important message here, is that we need that revelation. We need that sample of the soup to get us going again, right? We don't want to get stuck here at the motel, at the oasis, right? We've got to take our sample of the soup and we've got to know that we still have more journey left. There's still more road before us. Okay. Very interesting. Now, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's either above or below in the video description. New Capricorn readings every Thursday and Sunday, but I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Come back and see me again tomorrow. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave some comments for me. Let me know how you're doing. Okay. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.